welcome to my January wrap-up. This month was a really good reading month. I read 14 books, like, it's a world record, for me anyway. So the first book I read was The Little Mermaid and Other Fairy Tales by Hans Christian Andersen, illustrated by Mina Lima. I saw this book, I just hit myself with it. I saw this book in the bookstore and I was like, it's so pretty, I need it. And also had fairy tales. I haven't really read any fairy tales, but I liked them, so I wanted to. And look at this, just this cover is so beautiful with the gold and the blue and the mermaid. And it has lavishly illustrated with interactive elements. So like, I could show you something like this one here. You can like turn the mermaid like that. It's hard to show you, but stuff like that. I've never like read the stories, as I've said, so this was really, I'm glad I got to them. At least some of them I hadn't even heard of. Probably most of them I haven't heard of. My favorite one is definitely The Little Mermaid. I'll tell you which ones are in here. There was The Little Mermaid, like I said, The Nightingale, The Ugly Duckling, The Swineherd, The Tinderbox, The Princess and the Pea, The Emperor's New Clothes, The Red Shoes, Thumbelina, The Steadfast Tin Soldier, The Little Match Girl, and The Snow Queen. Look at this picture. Look at all the colors. Oh, it's so pretty. And I gave it 5 stars in case you couldn't tell. The next book I read was Holding Fast by Lauren Book. This is a series called Heartland. This was book 16. It's the only one I have. I've had it hanging around for a while, so I thought, well, I'll try it. It was alright. I gave it a 3-star. I've heard of this, well, I hadn't really heard the book series, but I definitely heard the TV show because I've watched that TV show before. I think the TV show is like better, really, so it's kind of just meh. But it was quick, so I like that. That's probably why I read so many books this month, because a lot of them were pretty small. And this is a series, but like I don't really care to continue it. It's basically, I'll just read you what it says on the back here. This is basically what the series is about. Heartland is a horse farm nestled in the hills of Virginia, but it's much more than that. Heartland is a place like no other, a place where the scars of the past can be healed, a place where frightened and abused horses learn to trust again. The next book I read was Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt. I like this a lot. I gave it 5 stars. Also, it's quick, it's really small, like I said. I found that the writing in this was like so good, like just it flowed nicely, and I don't know, I just really like the writing style. This is the movie cover, which I haven't seen this movie, but I'd like to because I like this actress here. I like her a lot in Gilmore Girls, but I haven't really seen her in a lot of other things, but I'd like to. The next book I read was the Disney book, which doesn't seem to have an author. Just a second. It's by Jim Fanning. It's a celebration of the world of Disney, kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? A treasury. It's a treasury. I gave it 5 stars. I liked it a lot. It had a lot of cool Disney facts, and the art is so gorgeous. Let me just show you. I like this castle. There's a castle in here, and it's so pretty. Here I am flipping for it. It's on the first page. I like this one right here. This pretty castle with all the characters. And look at the... It's hard to show you. Look at the trees. They're like square. I love the trees. But it's so pretty. Beautiful, beautiful art in this book. I like these kind of books, like treasuries, like I said, and like just like books about movies and stuff. The next book I read was Mandie and the Invisible Troublemaker by Lois, Gladys, Leppard. This is a series book. It's called a Mandie book. This is number 24. I've had this book hanging around too for a while, just like the horse one. And I decided, well, I should probably like read it. It was just alright. It was quick, like I said. It has like a cute mystery in it, and the cover is adorable. with the cat and the house. And this is a series, but I don't care to continue it. This one was enough. Basically, it's like Mandie's the main character, and she just solves mysteries in each book. I'll just read you the little tagline here. Will grandmother rescue the school? Can Mandie catch the troublemaker? What do you think? The next book I read was How to Disappear Completely and Never Be Found by Sara Nickerson. I like this a lot. I gave it 5 stars. I think the title is really what drew me to it. I just think that's a really cute title. This is told by a dual perspective, so there's a girl character and a boy character, and they're each telling a story, which I prefer one perspective, but here it was like, it was alright. I like the writing style a lot too. It was really good. Very flowy. It's also like a comic book kind of, like there's comic book inserts in here. If I could just show you some. Whenever I want to show you something, it's always so hard to find. There, like this. I do have to say that the ending was kind of confusing, but I think that's alright because it's supposed to be like a mystery type thing, which I think is like fine. If they want to be confusing, like they can. I guess if it goes along with the story. I'll just read the whole back because it's interesting. Most stories start at the beginning, but I really can't say I know where that is. Is it a falling down mansion on a small island in the Pacific Northwest, or in the navy blue pickup truck making its way to that mansion? Does it start on a sunny day this year or on a sunny day 20 years before? Is it with me or with a young boy who, a long, long time ago, believed he was turning into a rat? I guess the only thing I really do know is where it started for me, in that navy blue pickup, heading toward a place where I didn't even know existed, a place that had already changed my life. The next book I read was Holes by Lois Sachar. I give this 5 stars. I like this book a lot. I like the movie a lot too. The writing in this is so like chilling and like kind of creepy. Not creepy like, but just like chilling, like shivers down your spine kind of writing. It reminded me of Tuck Everlasting in that sense because they both have that kind of style. Like something like sad about the stories, or something sad about the writing or something. But I liked it a lot. So this is about a group of boys who, like they're bad boys, so they get sent to this kind of detention camp, and they have to like dig holes all the time. But why are they digging the holes? I don't know. Are they looking for something? That sort of thing. The next book I read was another treasury kind of thing, and it's Jim Henson's Labyrinth, The Ultimate Visual History by Paula M. Block and Terry J. Erdmann. I give this 5 stars too. It had really cool facts about the film and about puppetry and goblins and the actors, and it's just so pretty to boot. So pretty, so pretty, so pretty. Has beautiful, beautiful art in here. Beautiful. Lots of goblin pictures. The next book I read was Catcher in the Rye by JD Salinger. I like this book a lot. It's a reread, I still like it, but a lot of these are kind of rereads. But I haven't been to the library in a while, so there you go. So I gave this 5 stars. I like the setting. It's set in New York, yay, and also it features the most like sarcastic, moody teen ever in Holden Caulfield. And also it's funny, like I think he's very humorous. I don't know if it's intentional, but it is. So this follows the moody teenager after he gets kicked out of school, and basically he, instead of going home, he just hangs around New York and does moody teenager stuff. The next book I read was Spider's Song by Anita There. This I give 5 stars. I liked it a lot. Still liked it. I actually met this author. She came to our school. Pretty cool. This has very suspenseful, and like I'm gonna say it again, it was confusing, like especially the ending. Like the ending was just confusing. Tell me what happened. But in a way that's good, like I said, like it's supposed to go along with the mood or the tone or whatever, I guess. So this is about a girl, and she's feeling lonely because her mom's away, and she lives with her grandma, and basically she doesn't know who her dad is, and then this man comes to town and she thinks that that's her dad. Is that her dad? Who knows? What's gonna happen? The next book I read was A Beautiful Dark by Jocelyn Davies. This was like alright. I do think that I do want to continue this series because this is book 1, I know that book 2 and book 3 are on the internet, so I think I'm going to read them there. And also, look at the pretty cover! Ooh, ah. So this is about a girl who... They're all about a girl, aren't they? This is about a girl, it's just like, paranormal kind of, so it involves, you know, that sort of thing. So it's about this girl on her birthday. She meets 2 different boys, and of course she's torn between them, and they kind of like tell her what she is, which isn't exactly human, so then it goes along that line, and I like to see how it ends. The next book I read was Until I Die by Amy Plum. This was like alright, but it's another series I think I'd like to continue. Well, even though this is book 2 actually, so I'd like to go back and read book 1 and then read book 3, which again are on the internet. So I'll do that. This is also a paranormal thing. It's about a girl and a guy again, and it's kind of like the guy is like immortal, I guess, so it's like, are they going to be together, what's going to happen, and then the girl has powers too, and that kind of thing. Basically just like paranormal romance sort of thing. Well, I like to see how it ends, or started and then ends. The next book I read was Along for the Ride by Sara Dessen. This was meh, like it was kind of just really kind of boring. I don't know why. I've read other Sara Dessen books and they're kind of boring too, but I have this one, so I decided to try it. I think my favorite part is at the beginning there's a map of their city. I like books with maps. Fake map, like fictional town maps. Yeah, like I said, I'm not interested in reading more of the author, so I gave it a 2. I think I've been forgetting to say ratings. Oh well. And then the last book I read in January was Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. This was again just meh. I didn't like it. It's a series. I'm not going to be continuing it. It just, no. But the cover is gorgeous. It has like masks and stuff. I love masks. And masquerade type things and all that kind of stuff. Birdie. And this was enough. I'm not going to continue it, like I said. This was also a paranormal thing. I'll just read what it says here. Apparently, it was a sweeping and gorgeously written modern fantasy about a forbidden love, an ancient and epic battle, and hope for a world remade. I think it was boring, but there you go. So that's for the books I read. So many. Like, I started the year off really well with my reading. Hopefully it continues. Okay, see ya.